I enjoyed that little warm up. Thanks for doing that with me. And thank you very much for joining me today for this class on embodying visibility as one of the essential qualities for having your own business. Take a moment now with me if you like to set aside everything else that's going on in the day and allow yourself to arrive here in this moment, whatever that looks like for you. Don't mind if you eat or move around or take notes or don't take notes. Um, well, whatever works for you is great. Acknowledging that the location I'm on is the land of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and I'm grateful for their ongoing custodianship of country. And there's going to be construction noise outside. I'm just going to close the back door. As always, I am grateful for the wisdom of my body and for practices that allow me to connect with that wisdom. So, the aim today is to tackle a lack of visibility in your business, not just to talk about it, but to shift it here in this hour. My intention is that you leave here with a better awareness of yourself and a few new tools to use in building a great business. That's in addition to the experience in the moment. So I have a typical set of three lenses that I look through every topic, and the language and habits portion I decided to present separately. So I'll share a link to the YouTube post for those two. The embodiment portion is going to take up all of our time today. So that's why I separated those out. I'm going to do a few minutes of talking, maybe some slides, and then I'm going to lead a movement practice that you might like to try with me. And at the end, I'm going to tell you how to work with me one-on-one if this works for you. Embodiment is a word that means so much that it can be confusing to define. And so the way I'm using it is the connection of your mind and the rest of your body for the purpose of changing your life. So a lot of things that we call personality can be shifted either in the moment or over time. And embodiment is how we do that. Embodiment is also how we take ideas and thoughts and values and make them real in the world. Putting them into action involves embodying that. So embodiment is about making it real, and it's time to get real. This is a class that includes movement, so I'll remind you that you know yourself best and you can choose. And also note that you aren't included in the recording even if your camera is on. I'm going to move that a little bit further down. So today's workshop is visibility, which is a huge topic in business. And we know that no matter what kind of work you do or where, you have to put that business in front of people. And for many of us, that business is ourselves, our time and expertise, either one-on-one or in groups. So when you're putting your business in front of people, that means putting yourself. It can feel intimate and raw and possibly intimidating. I'm not here to tell you. So we'll talk more detail about that as we get in. I'm Meg Sheridan. My passion is helping you be friends with your body again. My personal transition from a decade in engineering at Apple to massage training and then chiropractic school included the shocking realization that this part below my neck is not just an inconvenient part that's slowing down all this important. Your body is part of your intelligence. It's part of your intuition, your emotion, and so much that we talk about as being in your brain. Mind body connection is where it's at. So let's connect them. This is a class that includes guidance of movement. So I'll start by reminding you that you know yourself best and you choose. Some of the movements I might do today, I might be putting my arms up. And if any part doesn't feel good to your body, then I don't want you to do it. So for instance, if your shoulders don't like this position, then I'll be talking about different ways to do it. I don't want your body to be in a painful position. On the other hand, if it feels really good to your arms, but your stomach is kind of doing a little flip-flop during the question answer with yourself portion, then that means you're in the perfect place. You have perfect awareness and you're right on that growth edge where the position of your body is affecting your mind. So all right, so if you have experienced in your life peer pressure or societal constraints, maybe roles based on your gender or your job, it's not uncommon for people to be in a situation where they don't have a choice. So it's important to me to reinforce that even though I'm a teacher and I'm going to be saying now move your hand in this way, it is 100% your choice. I'm asking you to hold in your mind both the desire for a challenge and the need for protecting yourself, however you need to do that. You can always take a rest and you'll have the replay to work with. So don't worry about going back to it later. I'm curious how much of that construction noise is audible to you. So going back to my intention now, let's have a bit of education. So when I mentioned visibility, what is visibility or invisibility in your business? It's not just showing your face in your marketing. So that's a great example. It includes showing up when things aren't great, people knowing whether you're a beginner or not an expert. Visibility could include your prices being visible or transparent. How about your age being obvious, or your weight, or your fitness ability, or disability, or your use of an aid? Maybe your space or your family being visible behind you in a video, your class being obvious, or your income bracket. What about visibility around how you voted or what you stand for? For some of us, visibility is at the level of people like your extended family or your coworkers at your day job, knowing that you have a business at all. So it's all about being yourself and being yourself in public, being yourself instead of a persona. And it's about wanting to avoid being judged by that. I'm not here to tell you that more visibility is always better, and so you better get that dirty laundry aired as soon as possible. I am talking about a middle of the road position that is between oversharing and hiding completely. It's about being yourself and knowing who that self is, and then being able to just continue being that, whether you're with your bestie or in a business context. A major reason to do embodiment work is to get to know yourself better. And if you do that, then you can choose what happens next. It's okay to be yourself. And you can do a video even if the space behind you isn't as nice as you would like. It's okay to be yourself, and people will be comforted by seeing that you also need a heating pad on your back, or you also drink a soda sometimes. So keep in mind, embodiment is about being something more than doing something. For the exercise, you can use the Zoom window, or you can bring up another device with a camera on it, selfie camera, or you can use a mirror. It's ideal if you don't have to hold the thing. So my phone in a little case where I can set it and look at it, or a mirror that's on a stand, or a laptop instead of phone camera. So as we begin to work with the body instead of just talking and typing, I'll ask you to take a moment to slow down and to physically direct your attention down into your body. If you're sitting, you might feel your butt on the chair. If you're standing, feel your feet on the floor. Take a moment to feel solid, perhaps lifting up a little bit and landing down. And I like to add the weight of my hand just in the center of my body in particular. This line down the middle is very comforting, maybe on my stomach. And from this solid place, have a look at yourself in that camera or mirror. You can breathe normally. And you can add that touch back if it helps. Just looking, here I am. And then putting that away. Hiding yourself here again. And in a moment, coming back. I'm going to be visible again. There I am. You can see me. You can see all the mess behind me. And then cameras off and turn fully away. It's not just that your camera is off, you're just not even looking near it. If you have space in your space, you could walk away. Completely not visible, feeling what that is like, and then coming back. Here I am. Here I am. Here I am. If it helps you to close your eyes for a moment, you may do that. It's not necessary. As you're looking at your reflection, if you can relax one thing that you can see. So if your aura is or your mouth, your eyebrows, shoulders, maybe letting your collarbone roll and spread across. And now finding that again. How are you going? I'm going to pause the recording for Q&A.